The reason you're still trash and can't seem to complete any passes in Madden 26 because you're still using a bad playbook. Luckily for you, in this video, I'm giving you the complete guide to which playbook to use with the top 3 you need to start using in your next game. Whether you want to score one-play touchdowns over the top or you want to have a balanced scheme to force more rage quits, I've got you more than covered in this video, so don't skip out on any of the playbooks I have for you today. Let's jump right into it. The first playbook I want to break down is the new most explosive offense here in Madden 26 from the Buccaneers playbook. Let me show you why. Alright, so the first play we're going to break down here is going to be motion slot wide corner from Chip 6 Nasty. We're going to put our tight end on an in route, and then we're going to custom send that in route up 3 times with a D-pad like this, and we are going to put our RB receiver, our slot receiver, on a drag. Now, this is going to be great against cover 3 defenses because you're going to be able to get this pass over the top by moving this inside third, or just really holding him in the middle of the field. So what we're going to see right here, you need to step all the way up in the pocket, and then you just notice how that slot receiver is going to be able to get behind that inside third simply because he's hesitating in the middle of the field, trying to defend and keep up with this in route. Really, it's kind of weird how this works, but you just see how this in route is viewed as a threat to this inside third, and so then we're just able to run basically our fade right behind him. The outside corner, Denzel Ward, expects for his teammate, the inside third, to be able to defend this, but no, and then we're just able to make sure you're pass leading it up and away though, like up and inside. You don't want to really give that outside third an opportunity to basically make a play, but again, tight end and in route, stem it up 3 times with the D-pad, right, not the left stick. But then we're going to drag our slot receiver, block our running back, because really, again, I didn't have a pass rush last time, but if they have like Myles Garrett and you don't have time to throw, like again right here where we're going to have time to throw, that time I lobbed it. You probably don't want to lob it, but you're still able to see how we're going to complete it for a touchdown. You probably just want to freeform it up, but it's like if you get pressured, this is still going to be open, right? This would be my read. Or if their hook zones drop really far down, then you might even have your tight end in route. But the tight end in route really used to occupy this man, and then you're going to be able to get this pass over the top. This is also why I said don't lob it, because then you give Denzel Ward an opportunity, although he really, it didn't matter, but you give him an opportunity to basically make a play on this ball versus if what I showed you in the first rep where you just pass lead it inside with the left stick and the left trigger with freeform, you're going to be able to score an easy touchdown. But that's a really great one-play touchdown, especially against cover 3 defenses, because you're just glitching out the logic of the inside third, hold him in the middle, and then you're going to be able to get a pass over his head. But the reality is you can have a great one-play touchdown. If you don't have red zone offense, you're not going to be able to score points consistently. So we're going to come to RPO read Y flat right here, and this really is what you're trying to get. You're trying to just quick snap this play from Y off trips as fast as possible, regardless of the defensive look. Look, you have 4 options actually. You can keep it with your quarterback, you can throw your flat, you can hand it off, or you can throw your curl, depending on the look that they give you. So right here, if Myles Garrett, well, that time I should have just thrown the flat. But if that read key edge rusher, if he crashes down on the running back, then you just, keep it with your quarterback if they take away the flat. The flat's your first read. Like right here, I wouldn't have thrown the flat just because he did a good job of guarding it. But it's like, that's your read. If you can throw that flat out there first, that's what you're trying to do. Right here, I just see that I kind of had to end up keeping it with my quarterback because I saw the flat was guarded. I also saw Myles Garrett crash down to defend, the run. So this is an example though where you just have the flat wide open and you're able to run that guy over for a touchdown. So it's quick eyes, quick reads. You have to be, really precise with this. Boom, you're just going to see how everyone's, trying to stop the run aspect. So really, I'm looking at Myles Garrett, but I'm also looking at K-Dot and then those defenders on that side, right? This is an example of where that time I probably should have just handed the ball off, although it kind of worked out for me a little bit. We really didn't have anywhere to run. Baker, you want to have a faster quarterback, obviously. Right here, we're just going, that time I definitely should have, just kept it with Baker. So it takes practice. That's why I think practice mode is a good resource right here. That was an opportunity to just hand the ball off. So sometimes you can, make the wrong read by accident, just, thinking about it too much, but you're just going to see how right here, I tried to get it out there to the flat. They did a good job of taking it away. again, boom, right here, where again, that time we should be able to get it, and we're going to be able to fall to the end zone. So really with this play, RPO read Y flat from Y off trips, again, you have 4 pretty good options. Sometimes you can actually throw your curl on the backside if they're not pressing, but like you're just reading the look. They look really compact right here, so the flat's probably going to be open, but always read the read key defender so that if you have to keep it with your quarterback, you're able to. But that's really what makes the Buccaneers offense so explosive. 1-play touchdowns, but also great red zone offense. Alright, so if you found those 2 plays there from the Buccaneers offense helpful, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down Madden 26 tips and tricks, give you guys free ebooks every single day, and you don't want to miss out on any of the content that I have. But if you want my full Buccaneers offensive ebook with even more money plays, 1-play touchdowns, red zone setups, go to the link down below in the pinned comment. You can grab it today by using code YouTube to get 20% off. It goes through the full videos, screenshots, write-ups to guide you through everything that you're going to need to dominate an offense from this playbook. So what are you thinking? Go check it out today, and let's jump right back into the video. Because that next offense I want to show you is a super underrated playbook from the Cleveland Browns. Let me show you. I'm here in the gun normal Y off close, and our play is going to be Y sail, alright? One of the most unstoppable plays here every single year, because you're just going through your read progression. It doesn't matter what defense they're in. I have them in a random defense here, and you just, like I said, going through a read progression. You can put your slot receiver in a drag. You can put him on a return. You can put him on a zig. You can do a lot of different things with him. And you're going to see how the zig route works out right there. So we're going to be able to turn that into easy yards. But the reality with this play is it's a great everything beater. The goal with it is to never take a sack, right? You're going to see how they're going to run off-man coverage in the slot, and so we're going to identify it immediately and just hit our curl for an easy completion. But first read really are your 2 checkdowns to Y and to RB, and then you're going to be looking over the top for maybe X or A, all right? If they have flame icons like this, right, you're sending 5 out, you need to know who the flame icons are. If those guys blitz, they're going to come in clean. So boom, you're going to see right here where they're an off man again, and another easy opportunity to just hit your curl route on the break, and so then you're going to be able to turn that into easy yards. So it's all about recognizing kind of what coverage they're in. This looks like they could possibly be in zone coverage, so I'm going to use my drag, but no, they're in man, and the drag was the perfect option against that off outside leverage man coverage. So it's like you're seeing a whole bunch of different looks here, and you're just trying to go through the progression correctly. It looks like I might be able to look right up the seam, which maybe that wasn't the greatest option ever. But again, the goal here is if you're going to put him on a drag, a zig, anything, you're just never trying to take a sack. You should have someone open every single time. That table route also does a great job against man coverage, kind of like the one from Spacing Switch and Bunch X Nasty. This one does a great job of creating separation at the top of the route. Also, you're going to see how right here, I mean, I definitely just have my running back. That's why I always say it's important to never miss that first read. Like, if they give it to you, no questions asked, hit it, because that's a horrible feeling, right? Is missing your first read. That's the whole reason you call the play, is to have that guy open, and if they give it to you, you want to hit it. So realistically, if they, give it up 5 times in a row, you hit it 5 times in a row. Like right here, where they're going to have to give up that backside dig route. They did a good job taking away everything else, but unfortunately we dropped the ball. So you're able to see, I haven't taken a sack with this, which, like I said, is the entire goal, but you're always going to have someone open at least down the field against every defense, unless all of your guys get bagged in man coverage. But it's all about stepping up in the pocket, and that's my first sack. I was looking for my tight end over the top. I also could have hit my drag, so really don't get too greedy. There's going to be situations in a game where you really want to hit certain guys, and if they don't get open in man coverage, it can be tough. But having a play like this where you can go to this at any situation in the game, look for any one of your guys, and you can trust that they're going to be open. That's really what makes this Brown playbook really underrated, because normal Y off close, calling Y sail is really one of the best plays in the game that you can count on. Before I jump to that final playbook that you're absolutely not going to want to miss here in Madden 26, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. Again, I break down Madden 26 tips and tricks for you guys every day on this channel, and I'm the only one right now posting on YouTube consistently. So this is really the best place to be, and you don't want to miss out on any of the content I have. But let me show you that final playbook, which is going to be the most toxic offense right now here in Madden 26 from the Chicago Bears playbook. Let me show you why. Alright, so our first toxic play here from this Bears playbook is going to be halfback direct snap. I mean, one of the few playbooks in this game that has this, play direct snap, and really what makes this so maybe the only playbook, but really what makes this so dangerous is the fact that it's a direct snap, as the name kind of entails, where you're able to get downhill really easily and very quickly because there's no handoff animation to slow you down. And then once you get to the second level of the defense, as we know, that's when you have the ability to speed boost. I would say that if you call this every play, you could legitimately go up and down the field with it, as long as you're following your blocks, because it's not about every single run, it's more about your averages. If you can average 3 or 4 yards of carry with this run by simply having amazing stick like that, you're going to be able to just find your gaps and, again, pick up chunk after chunk after chunk, here with this play right there. That's an example of where that was terrible blocking, but I did get away from Buda Baker, who came in clean, right? We look at the replay where number 3 just comes in completely clean, but I'm able to speed boost away from him, dumb out his pursuit angle, which, again, like I said, I didn't have anywhere else to run, but it's like that's another example of the speed boost, because I'm able to get away from those guys and turn a 3 or 4 yard gain into a 20-yard scamper down the field. And so I don't necessarily know what my average has been so far, right? But it's like, where am I going to go? Like, I don't have anywhere to go. I have to get basically to this spot right here, and that's exactly what I do with the speed boost, because I put my foot in the ground, dumb that guy out, then Williams blocks him, and then I'm able to turn it into, a big gain. But it's like, if you get downhill with this run, speed boost away, spin away from that guy, and I just needed a little bit more to be able to score there. But that's going to be your best friend. That's exactly what you're going to be trying to do is, cut back, get to the edge, do whatever you have to do. But again, this is a super toxic run, because what are they going to do with their user? They're basically just trying to set the edge and force you to cut back, right? Unless they have the gap shoot down for this, which again, I've talked about in my defensive ebooks, and I've also talked about here on this channel in defensive tutorials. But it's like, if they don't have the gap shoot for this play, I mean, it's going to be, really, really hard for them to stop, right? You can, if your guys can really seal the edge, not let those defenders set the edge, you're going to be able to get out into the edge and get out into space. Like right here is a great example of that. And really, as we know, growing up playing football, if you can get out into space, that's really when you can be the most dangerous. So kind of a simple play call here, just direct snap, no handoff animation, but it's super valuable because you're going to get downhill a whole lot faster, be able to speed boost away and turn, again, those 5-yard gains into 20-yard scampers down the field or touchdowns. But also what makes this Bears playbook so toxic is this play spacing switch from gun bunch X nasty, right? What we're going to do, put DJ Moore in a shriek, put Burden right here on a crossing route, block the tight end, and then put Roma Doomsday on a return. Because what you're just going to notice here is that this route to DeAndre Swift is actually glitched out of the backfield. Kind of like I showed you from Y-Sail, but this route is glitched because it gets a speed boost out of the backfield, and that was a 5-yard curl flat, and he absolutely destroyed that guy, right? You're going to see right here where, again, if they don't have flats in the field, obviously, it's just going to be wide open, but it's just going to be a route that's going to be a headache. I've, played CFM, use this route every single play of every single game, and if they don't have an answer for it, like, there's not a whole lot that you can do. There is some stuff that you can do to contain it, but it's like, it's going to be a consistent 5, 6, 7 yard pickup or more against every single, coverage in the game. The only way that they're really going to be able to stop that is coming to cover 2 or cover 3 and put hard flats in the field. And as we know, if they put hard flats in the field, then it's like, then that opens up the rest of the game for us. So again, we set it up just like this. They have hard flats. When now we step up in the pocket and we have our crossing route wide open, and we're able to, get up to the 1-yard line with that. So it's like they're kind of picking their poison. It's going to be impossible to stop in man coverage. So again, we even go to like a man blitz, right? Overstorm Brave. I love when they run man and I call this play, because just look at this. Like, this is just going to be an easy completion. He dumbs out his pursuit angle, and we're able to turn that into a 20-yard gain down the field off of a simple check down table route, right? If I were to put him on a regular flat, just like a regular flat, like a hot route flat, what you're just going to notice here is that he gets guarded, right? It's just really slow, and that defender is able to break on it. But really, this, like, it gets, like I said, a speed boost out of the backfield against man coverage, which allows him to just create just a separation that he's going to need to be able to turn that into, a big gain down the field. Also, don't sleep on your return route, especially if they run, like, cover 3, right? You could, if they, because they could switch stick and use the flat, but then the return route is going to do a great job of getting open in the middle of the field. You're able to speed boost away once you get into open space and turn it into, you know, a pretty good game. So as always with this play, going through the 1, 2, 3 read progression, first looking to your, return route in the middle, first looking to your running back flat out of the backfield, just like this. If they take that away, then you're going to look to your crossing route, and then you're going to look to your return route really as the third read. And then if no one's open, obviously we're stepping up in the pocket to take off with our quarterback or throwing the ball away. But again, spacing switch, just look at that. Tight man coverage, and we're able to turn that into a 25-yard gain off of a simple pass, basically at the line of scrimmage. So Bears playbook, super toxic, halfback direct snap and spacing switch. Use both of them, and this Bears offense is going to be completely unstoppable. All right, so if you enjoyed any of those 3 playbooks I broke down or the plays that I showed you, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down Madden 26 tips and tricks, give you guys free ebooks every single day, and you don't want to miss out on any of the content that I have. But if you want either my Bears offense or my Buccaneers offensive ebooks, go to the link down below in the pinned comment. You can grab them today by using code YouTube to get 20% off. Goes through the full videos, screenshots, write-ups to guide you in every possible way of how to, dominate an offense with these playbooks. So I highly recommend you check those out. But if you want to see the top 3 defensive playbooks to be using here in Madden 26, check out this video right here. I'll see you over there. Peace.